guys, it's Hibiscus Moon with hibiscusmoon.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about crystals we can use for depression. So I'm not quite sure it took me this long to do a video on crystals for depression because I feel like it's probably one of the most commonly asked questions that I get. And it's something that many of us have been touched by, either ourselves or someone very close to us that we know, because it's a common thing in our society today. I've been touched by depression and it's not fun. I know this. Now, I always say, and I'm going to refer you to the disclaimer on my blog on this topic as well, that we don't want to just rely on crystals all alone. I feel very strongly that crystals are a very important part of a sound holistic health practice. So you want to consult with a medical professional and other professionals that you trust that know are giving sound advice. But then there are other holistic modalities we can turn to that fit into working along with those other practices. And crystals are one of those modalities. And there are many, many ways we can work with the crystals. You can meditate with them, you can put them in a mojo pouch and carry them around with you all day. You can create a crystal grid for intention with them. You can wear them as jewelry. You can create gem elixirs that you actually consume, that is, if they are non-toxic crystals, or just gem elixirs that you can spray around the room or create all kinds of different things. But you do want to do your due diligence and make sure that they are safe for doing so. Now, like I said, I have a blog post that goes along with this video. It's been in the rough draft form for years, and I've been contributing things to it for a long time that I know have worked for me and have worked for others. And I think this is going to be quite a beefy blog post, so make sure you click on the link below and you head on over to the blog post that accompanies this video so that you can see all the other little things that I threw along with it. It was too much to fit into this video. And also, that's where I see all your comments on my blog, not below the video or anywhere else. So if you really want to connect with the community and with myself, come on over to the blog and let's connect there. Okay, so this time I actually have a number of crystals. I try to usually keep it to just a few, not to be overwhelming, but I feel like there are many different crystals that can address depression from many different angles because there's different parts of depression that affect people in different ways. So I wanted to give more choices to cover the spectrum on depression. And I'm certainly not going to cover all of it, but I wanted to try to come at it from different angles, as many different angles as possible without being too overwhelming. Now, the first suggestion I have is a mineral, which all minerals are crystals at the microscopic level, even if you can't see the crystals with the naked eye, and it's a common one. Most of us have it in one way, in one form of jewelry or another, and that is yellow gold. Yellow gold is great for busting us out of depression. It has a very strong male energy, and along with that strong push male energy, it has a very motivating kind of energy, which is usually just what we need to get us out of that depressed feeling. The next stone I want to talk to you about is ocean jasper. I have it in this nice little pendant that's coupled with peridot. And ocean jasper is great for coping with change. Many times, big changes in our lives are what precipitates or causes the depression. So ocean jasper gives you the strength to cope with that change. It also is about, given in the name, water. It has a lot of water energy. So it's about renewal. So if you need to kind of renew what's going on in your life to get over this depression period, then it helps bring in that washing away, cleansing, and renewal energy. Next is citrine, a very commonly recommended crystal for depression. It's one that I've talked about often. Citrine comes in handy for a lot of life's little curveballs, and it's a happy stone. It helps bring in happy, sunny disposition, happy energy. And it doesn't need to be a natural citrine like this one. It can be the heat-treated variety. I do always say though that the natural citrine packs a way more powerful punch than the heat-treated variety. I've talked about that before, so you can check out some of my other videos on citrine and why it's heated and what that does, and it's not a bad thing though, at all. Next on my list for stones and crystals to help you handle or get through depression is amber. I can't recommend this one enough. However, I do have to caution that it is difficult, becoming more and more difficult to find natural, true amber. I was given a gift and it turned out to be a resin, was totally plastic. So again, I'll link to on my blog a blog post on how to tell the difference between real amber and fake amber, but amber is wonderful for chasing the blues away. And it helps with SAD, S-A-D, seasonal affective disorder. Many of us, with the lack of sunlight and the lack of vitamin D, fall into a winter depression during the winter colder months if you live in a climate where that season is very extreme or even slightly extreme. So if you do fall victim to that, perhaps wearing some amber jewelry, authentic amber jewelry, can really help you out with the SAD and coping with that. My next pick for working through depression is rose quartz, and I recently did a video all about rose quartz. Rose quartz is wonderful for any kind of emotional healing, compassion, and just general feel-good energy. It's a really great one to work with for that. And my last pick for crystals and stones to work with for depression is tiger's eye. And you'll notice today I'm actually wearing some tiger's eye. And tiger's eye gives us strength, and it helps us balance in the extremes. You know, if you're really having a hard bout of depression where you're like in the really extreme lows of the lows, tiger's eye is a good one to go to. It's also got a very protective quality, but like I said, it gives you that strength that you need to help balance out, and so that you're not in these extremes. So that would work very well for someone who's affected by bipolar disorder. That is dealing with the extremes, extreme highs and extreme lows. So tiger's eye is very helpful for that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my suggestions for crystals to work through depression. I would love to hear your suggestions because I know you guys out there in Crystal Hottie Land have some really good suggestions and things to share with us and tips and advice. So please make sure to come on over to my blog at hibiscusmoon.com to do that, so that we can all make sure to see the comments and I can make sure to see them. And I try to respond to as many of them as I can. And also, if you'd like to make sure you don't miss any of my videos here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and give me a like too. I really appreciate that. Okay, crystal blessings everybody. Bye.